All right, welcome on in, everybody. So excited to be here early for our Wednesday commanding wealth and healing of all areas of life. So excited to be here with you. I'm Alex Rem with Lifetime Quantum Wellness, and I am so excited to be here with you today. We might not have a circle because I'm doing this live a little early because I've got some friends in town and some family in town. So I'm so excited to be able to be here with you and be able to still bring a transmission and be able to really talk about some really cool stuff today. Today we're going to be talking about living in the possibilities of overflow, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about the one command mechanics, and like why we say the things we say, how it works, why it works, because we're all, our energy bodies, right? So we're going to dive more into that. So welcome in here on Facebook, here on YouTube, on Periscope. Thank you so much for joining us on the replay. So thankful to have everybody coming in. So we're going to get started in just a few minutes. Another thing that we're going to be talking about are our point moments. What are those point moments in our life that started to define our programming, right? And then another thing that we're going to talk about while after we're formulating our commands is what is the outcome thinking that we're going to have, right? What are the right questions that we're asking ourselves? Ask yourself the right question. What is the right question? What do I mean by that? So come on in. I'm Alex from Lifetime Quantum Wellness. So happy to have you here today. Coming on in for our Commanding Wealth of all areas of life circle. And I'm so excited to have you. I'm so excited for everyone to be coming in. And normally we're doing this a little bit later in the day, but I've got some family in town, so that's super exciting that I can do both of these things, bring a transmission, help people move themselves forward, and still create a wonderful family time for myself. So come on in, we'll get started in just a few minutes. All right, welcome on in, everybody. So excited to have everybody joining us on the replay. We've got some cool stuff that we're going to talk about. My name's Alex Wren with Lifetime Quantum Wellness. So happy to have you here with me. Got my puppy dogs, my spiritual healers here with me. They're here on the journey with us today, and so happy to have you here. We're talking about some cool stuff. We're talking about how to be in the possibilities and how to, use this amazing practice. This is a practice that we do all the time, every day in our lives. How to use this practice in a really cool way. And also, where do these points in our life come from that are shaping our programming, shaping how we're reacting to the world, shaping what that filter is that has been built up over time, right? And also our outcome thinking. That's a huge thing. How to be really laser focused on the outcome we want, right? So we're gonna get started here. Let me just get my music turned down because we get to do some fun things. Even here on the replay, I want you to do this. This is something that helps get the soul engaged, help get our little kid involved. So we're gonna do a little bit of dancing. We're gonna do a little bit of dancing because why? Because we can't keep calm because we're so dang darn excited, right? So why we do this is so that we can be able to really be engaging in the moment. We can be getting our energy up. We're excited. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little dance. We're going to get some dancing going on. And why we do that is so that our soul can really be engaged to what we're doing. We can start to dive deeper. Our energy is activated, and we're able to really start to search through and be open to shifting and changing. So here we go. Let's get some dancing going on, everybody. Here we go. All right. All right, move your body, move your body. Woo! Yeah! Woo! Woo, woo, woo! There we go. Hey! Oh! Yeah! Woo! Let that little kid play. It's Wednesday. It's time to play, y'all. All right, good job, everybody. All right, there you go. Get loose, play around a little. There you go. Woo! All right, thank you so much for taking that moment for yourself and really being able to be in the shift of being present and having fun with self-care moment. This is your self-care moment for the day. This is your moment to be able to really be in the shift of, I got this. I am amazing. I am abundance. I am the change I'm looking for, right? So that's why we get our energy up so that we can really be in that abundance of joy and peace and activity, right? We want to be activated in everything that we're doing so that we can be able to move forward. Action is the key, turn the key in the lock to depression, to all of those negative and low vibrational frequencies, because when you get in action, you're no longer feeling those feelings of overwhelm, of dread, of I'm not enough. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do the next step. That's okay. What if you did know what the next step was, right? That's a question you can be asking. And let the universe supply, let the universe supply that, right? Let the universe bring in what that next step is, because it's okay. It's okay not to know. It's okay to be in the unexpected. Actually, it's really great to pull yourself into the unexpected even more, because then you're actually getting out of your own way. You're becoming more of an observer and having that outcome pulling towards you. You're like, this is the outcome I want out here. This is where I'm at, and I'm meeting it. I'm meeting it in a moment. So again, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So excited that everybody is here. Thanks for playing with me for just a moment. That was really fun. So the way I like to start is just like that. Get going, get moving. So take that into your life. Get started with your day with movement, with action. If it's not working out, if it's not doing some sort of like, lifting or moving in that kind of way of working your body, then just dance. Throw on some hits, throw on some cuts, and cut the rug, y'all, right? Like, just get in it, right? Have fun, play. That's the biggest thing that we can do for our psyche, for our emotional body, our mental spirit, to be able to bring in more goodness into our life. Because that is, in a way, that is bringing it's lifting our spirits, right? It's bringing us to more activation than we are able to be in when our vibration is low. So start your day that way. So how I want to start our circle here, or continue into, is just take a nice warm breath. We've just done some activation, so it's going to be warm, right? So one more. Beautiful. Right. So why do we do that? Why did I just ask you to do that? When we take a nice, warm, deep breath, it's impossible to feel stress. Why? Because we're actually activating a different part of our brain than our feeling state. So let's just get out of any kind of stress that maybe we've been feeling today. It's early on in the day. It's about halfway through. So maybe we're like, yeah, it's lunchtime. I've had a half a day, and that's okay. So being out of the stress, being able to be in our good zone, our true potentiality, right? So what I like to talk about today, in all of the things that I want to talk about, are really being in our true nature, and that's being in our good, that can change the world, right? What is that? How can we say the things that are really only for us to say? And what do I mean by that? I mean, trust yourself. Trust yourself more and more, because the universe is setting you up to say the things that only you can say to attract those clients, create those connections, strengthen those connections, right? Be able to be in your shift, be able to boom, 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 be taking action all throughout the day, right? Be able to boom, 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 be knocking stuff out, moving from win to win, right? When we are open to how we are living our life and pay attention to being in creation rather than reaction, then we're going to flow in such a peace and ease and fun. Remember to bring in that fun up to the top. It's not just, oh, I can do this peacefully. How can I do this in an energetic, excited, fun, exuberant way, right? Bringing that ecstatic excitement into your life, right? Because that energy alone is going to power you up, right? How much better do you feel when you've just been laughing and gabbing and having a really great time, and you're excited about something you're going to go do, right? Rather than, I'm really sad and I'm feeling very deflated. Like that, literally your energy drops to a different frequency. So remembering that when we're in creation, we are making our energy rise just by being in that mindset, in that brain zone, right? So click into that more often. Click into that in a very simple way, right? So that's what I always like to ask. How are we living our lives? Is it in transformation or transaction, or likewise in reaction? That would be transaction. Nope, gotta do this real fast. React. Or is it transformation and creation, where you have a bigger, broader picture and you're able to understand your outcome that you want, and you're just focused on it and you're moving towards it step by step by step by step. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Right? It's like, just bring it in. that moving towards your desire step by step by baby step, that's okay too, because you're moving forward and we can celebrate that, right? So that's where we click in. Normally there are some people on the circle, but today we're doing it a little earlier. So there's not a lot of people joining, which is fine because you're all going to join on the replay. There are some people here watching on this live stream. Thank you so much for joining. And so what I like to click into is, how are we, what are we celebrating, right? What are we doing in our celebration? Because we always want to celebrate each other and celebrate our successes, because if we don't, then who's missing out? We are missing out on our own appreciation and gratitude. So I like to go around the circle and say, what are some yeehaws, some ahas, some whoas, like, oh, I didn't even realize I was doing that, but now I'm able to bring that into a learning. I learned from this. So a yeehaw for me is that I've got more projects coming in, and I had a shift in a different project to be able to actually make room for another project. So that's a yeehaw for me. A whoa for me in that same realm was to realize that I can be more prepared to take on more projects at once by bringing in a contract to be able to actually, for me, have more of a designated, yes, this is a client you're going to be working with. You're not waiting for them to present you with a contract. It's more of a, okay, this is in my calendar for sure. It was more of a whoa of like, I can be more organized in this way to cut some stress out of my life, because I'm waiting for an entity to come back and say, okay, yes, we're going to continue to move forward. I know we said the contract is coming, and it's more of just a kind of like what's the right word? I can't even think of it at this moment, but it's just something that is, yeah, we know you're going to sign the contract. We're going to get it to you, no problem. When in reality, that's not really the way the business is working. It's more someone is doing another search for the same service, and then that's when it becomes murky, right? It becomes murky in, okay, am I having this gig? Is this event coming to me, or is it going to somebody else? So that's the stress that I was talking about, where being able to shift my own program and be more prepared, have more clear communication coming from me in the first point of, hey, if you're going to choose me, you need to sign this, and then we can move into negotiations. And we can move forward, all of us, even more clear, because I've presented this, you said, yes, you're the chosen one, you're the one that we're doing this with. Perfect. Everyone is in clear communication of what's happening. So that was a whoa for me of how I can move forward with greater success to cut some of that unknowns, like just I'm waiting for somebody else that is out of my control, having more control over the situation because it's clear. My communication's clear. The communication back is clear. If the contract's not signed, it's not on my calendar yet. If something comes and shifts in its place, then hey, the universe is bringing me something even better than what I was waiting for, right? So we can also understand that that can happen too. The universe is bringing us things over and over and over, and it's what we choose to move forward with. And maybe we're choosing something that's going to move us forward faster than we thought. So that's my celebration. What are you celebrating? So, excuse me, type in the chat here on the replay, or and if you're, excuse me, a little burpy today. If you're watching in the replay, go ahead and type replay and type in what you're celebrating. We'd love to celebrate you here. And if you're on the live stream, go ahead and type that in. I can see that in a few minutes. But thank you so much for just celebrating yourself, taking that moment to celebrate something that you have been working on. Maybe you've been working very vigorously on it. Maybe you have been working little baby steps. And those are just important to celebrate as if it's something big. So, woo! Celebrating you, celebrating your success. thank you so much for sharing. And it really kind of empowers the group as you continue to share, because maybe that's something that someone else was thinking, oh, that's not celebration worthy. Well, guess what? It is. So thank you so much for taking a moment to celebrate that. And let's step into our transformation for today. So the transmission that I'm bringing to you, who's ready for a transformation? Woo! Me, always. I am always ready for transformation. And so let's bring some transformation to you today. And what I want us to I always like to start our transformation, our breaking ourselves open, our remembrance of our true selves, of remembering that we are born as a genius. We are born this great creator, right? Our minds are so open to how we can, be able to fly. We're able to fly as small children in our minds, and it was only us being told no, we can't, was the reality of, oh, I guess I don't have wings. I guess I can't fly. I guess I can't do that. I need to stay small, right? Very, very beginning training of something that could be limiting us. So being able to release that, right? Be in our genius, be in our God self, right? We learn negativity and, programs that could be just lies, mistaken lies that we bring into our programming to believe as truths, right? Over time. And we can remember that that's where we can operate from. Our greater capacity of genius and amazing wonder for the world, right? And when we operate from our heart, we're operating from our greater sphere of influence than our thinking brain, right? We're operating from here, and that's able to expand out more. And when we're operating from our source mind, that's a huge greater capacity. That's so much faster than our beta thinking mind. And we'll get into that in just a few minutes about what I'm talking about, beta, theta, what I mean by that. So another thing that I want us to really get into is activate our internal forgiveness for ourselves. Take now a moment to just forgive yourself for something that may have been rattling around, and you're doing the guilt and shame game to try to get yourself out of the just out of that, and you're going in the wrong way because it's not supportive. And I don't mean to call you wrong, but what I do mean to say is that you're going down an unsupportive path of internal thinking. And how can you be on a more supportive path? And that is creating space inside yourself, forgiving yourself for that guilt that you have put onto yourself. I'm sorry, little guy inside, that I've been so pressuring you and not giving you the support. I am going to be there now for you and forever. So I am forgiven. You are forgiven. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And being in gratitude of that moment, right? So let's go ahead and shift it up here. I've got a Rumi quote for you today. Pretty good one. And that is, let yourself be slightly drawn by the stronger pull of what you love. So here we go. Here's like the stronger pull of what you love here, pulling at you. Here's you in yourself, right? So how can we be pulled to that and really be letting that pull us forward, right? Let yourself be silently drawn to the stronger pull of what you love. Be in that in every moment that you're in. Oh, I love it. So that was a really wonderful quote to really just have us think about when we're when we're wanting to manifest. Oftentimes our brain is giving us these signals of, oh, be careful. Oh, that's scary. Oh, that's huge. Oh, I don't know if I can handle that, right? So that's our beta mind. That's our comfort zone trying to keep us safe. Because soaring is our birthright. It's our birthright to be able to just be the biggest star that we want to be. But our brain, our programming, our thinking mind is keeping us safe. Oh, no, no, don't get too big. You might get shot down. You might get made fun of. You might get what? What is that for you? What is something your thinking mind is telling you to pull you back? When we can take action and we can be in a larger sphere of influence in that realm, right? So we want to live in the possibilities. We want to live in the possibilities of our greater capacity, our success, our amazing power within us. Because focus is powerful, you guys and gals and they, them, and non-binary. Focus is powerful, right? When we bring focus to something, that is what can grow. A beautiful mentor of mine always says, where energy goes, energy grows. So what energy do we want to grow? We want to grow our positivity, our enlightenment, our love, our peace, our joy, right? So how can we find the gift in every situation, even if it's a tough one? Like I did. What was the learning I got from finding out that there was a shift in an event that I was going to be doing, and finding out that, oh, I didn't actually get that contract because there was some miscommunication. Well, how can I find the gift? The gift was, oh, I can be more organized the next time I go to an entity like that and have something that I'm presenting that's actually securing me in my confidence of knowing that it's me. I don't have to be, ooh, I hope, do those things in your life that are moving you forward because you found the gift in something that wasn't the best. A beautiful mentor, again, she says, find what was it? Oh, sometimes a gift will be delivered to you, but it'll be wrapped in sandpaper. Whoa, what does that mean? A gift wrapped in sandpaper? Oh, do I want that gift? I mean, maybe it's like super amazing, crazy, awesome, but you got to unwrap the sandpaper. It might be a little rough to get through to the gift, but when you get to it, wow, it's like mind-blowing, right? So bring that into your thinking, that things aren't necessarily happening to you, they're happening for you to be able to expand your learning, right? Be able to make you that greater person, of that greater version of you, right? So let's look for those gifts, right? And so the next thing I wanted to talk about, oh, I have another quote for you. Yay, double quote day. So it's a Nelson Mandela quote, and it goes like this. In life, I don't lose. I only live or learn. Woo! What an attitude, right? That's great. In life, I don't lose. I only live. I'm living, or I'm learning, right? So I can grow. So I can pour water on that little seed and it can grow, it can blossom, it can become a big, great tree, and the roots are going down and it's giving me the fruits of my labor. My roots are being disrupted so I can grow new roots and I can grow new fruits, right? Woo! I love it. Be in the learning of every day, right? And be open to seeing the amazing parts of this time of our season in life. There are some really good things about what's going on. And so we can focus in on that. And there are a lot of pain, a lot of strife, a lot of things that we need to be working on in our social justice, in our politics, in how we treat one another, how we acknowledge one another, how we show up in equity for one another. So bring that into how we can look at every situation, where this is an opportunity to really grow our connections with each other and really be in the just dazzling wonderment of each human, each wonderful being on this planet, and what diversity brings to this amazing planet. So that's what I'm excited for with our movements that are happening in the world, that we can all become closer and we can all do so much better things, like taking care of our water, taking care of our indigenous people, taking care of the plastic in the ocean, what's the ozone layer doing, but dwindling away? How can we make that be something that we're focused on, because we're not messed up in all of this BS that we don't need to be taking time about, where we're in this constant struggle back and forth. You, this, that, this, that, this. No, we can be in creation together, where supportive movement forward of, okay, we're going to come together. Sometimes ideas are different, but we can find a common ground and we go, boo, create, boo, different idea, come together, collaboration, boo, creation, right? That's what I'm excited for, because we can be the change of collaboration. We can be the change of exuberant fun in fighting through these weird issues that our past ancestors and just people that are still alive, that are blue hairs, gray hairs, white hairs, that maybe necessarily haven't taken the time to really make it important, but now we can. Now we can, because we can realize we can collaborate and make this better, because transformation is for everyone. As we're transforming personally, the world is transforming. And as the world is transforming, we are transforming. So to think that any part of this global shift is separate from us is absolutely asinine, because we are the shift that's creating the world shift. So that's what I want us to be really, in today, of the possibilities of what we can do. And make yourself stronger in possibilities. How do I stand up in more possibilities after I get knocked down, right? And then what I also said in the beginning of having our possibilities go into overflow, that's what I like to call our self-care exuberance, where our self-care is so much. Let me just get a little bigger here for you. Our self-care is so much that we have a cup here, right? And we're filling up this cup of self-care. But imagine, I don't have a saucer today. Imagine my hands are a saucer, right? And as our self-care is the liquid that we're pouring into this cup, then down below, as we start to overflow, that overflow down here, this pool of overflow on the saucer, is what we can serve to our clients, our friends, our family, our services. We serve our good that is on our overflow to our clients, to our friends, to our family, to our services, our techniques, our skills, because we're full. We're not feeling depleted at the same moment of serving, right? So when we're in our possibilities of how we can help our communities and our friends and our family, we need to be filling our cup to the point of overflow, so that we're not depleted when we get out there and start taking action. We don't take one action and go, okay, that's enough. I'm done. I am exhausted. I can't do this. That doesn't come into play, because you are so filled up on your mission, your purpose, your support of your brothers and sisters behind you, beside you, in front of you, around you, in a circle, eye to eye, right? So be in that amount of self-care. That's the kind of self-care that I do. I practice that before I get on here and serve all of you wonderful, beautiful beings coming on here and gleaning information that you can use to move yourself into a greater space. That's what I do, so that I can come on and be a guiding light, a lighthouse for you. So I can be this, boop, come on over here. You got this. You got this. But I can't do that without filling myself up first. So remember that. Remember that we can be in our pure potential of good even more so when we are being the lighthouse. Excuse me. My goodness. I'm going to take a little sip here. So we can remember to be in our excellence, because that's the kind of energy that we want to be in, right? I don't know how I'm living in a state of excellence now. I only know that I do now. And that is what we can do when we're kind of coming into these spaces of not as resourceful, right? So let's we can always remember that. We can always remember to do that simple command of bringing ourselves back into a resourceful state. So I've been talking about brainwaves. And I don't have a graphic for you this week. I'll have one next week. But I wanted to talk about the different brainwaves that there are that we operate in. So right now, we're all operating our beta mind. Maybe as you're watching me, you might be kind of dropping into alpha just a little bit because you're kind of doing that kind of like brainstorming, kind of like daydreaming a little bit as you're hearing my voice. But beta is very fast, operates from 14 to 30 hertz. And that's, you're hearing the birds, you're hearing the dog, see the car go down the street, but you're still able to pay attention to a conversation. So that's our beta mind. And it's like the sphere of influence of like the state or providence that you're in. And then our alpha mind is like when we're like reading a book or watching TV or daydreaming and kind of slipping in and out of a consciousness. And that is like the sphere of influence of like the entire planet, being able to reach out and make a phone call, email, get information from the entire planet, right? And that's running from about 8 to 13 hertz. So that's a little bit lower. And then as we drop our brainwave down even lower into theta, that's our sleep state. And that's like the equivalent, when we operate there, that's like the equivalent of getting information or having a sphere of influence of the galaxies and millions and trillions of solar systems around us. And that's amazing. That's how do we find information in a new way? That's how we get out of our own way. And we are able to operate from our source mind and connect in from that brainwave that's going to give us information in a different way. Our beta mind is where our comfort zone is, and that's going to be having these programs that are going to block us. In theta, when we operate from there consciously, there are no programs. We get to go up and be in our pure potentiality, our white light luminosity, and it's this amazing spiritual connection where it's the you within you. And you're able to lay these commands into yourself, and your brain and biology and physiology and neurology goes, okay. That's it. Boom, we got you. We're on it. We're on the job. We're gonna do it. We're moving. We're going. We're gonna figure out this answer from out here in all of these millions and trillions of spiritual connections out here in the galaxy. Great. Bring it on back to me when you got it. Perfect. Boom, it shows up. Boom, it shows up, right? Because we asked for it. So, and then the last one is delta, is our kind of more of our reptilian brain. This is where we operate when maybe we've got a comatose patient that's in deep healing, or maybe it's that fight or flight, like life or death situation where maybe you've seen where like someone's got like superhuman strength to be able to lift up a car. That's actually our delta mind engaging to be able to give our muscles that strength of stepping into that reality of what if we were actually that strong, and then we step out of it as soon as we're done with that fight or flight moment. And it's actually like a choosing of reality. Like I can either do this or do that. And you can kind of see both of them playing out in slow motion, and you can go, I want to go over to this one. So that's our delta brain. And that's like beyond galaxies, like alternate realities, right? So those are our brainwaves, and I want to just kind of go over those really quickly because I'm going to be talking about the one command and the mechanics and how we can be operating in theta and a connection to our source mind, and how that really makes things more it's just more of a connection of our good. It's more of a true connection of our pure potential being brought into our physical body, right? So benefits of theta, like quieting our emotions or creating more flexibility in our thinking and reasoning, because we're operating in that expanded state of influence, and now all of a sudden our receptor sites are getting addicted to that way of thinking, as opposed to our receptor sites that are like negative and like searching for the negative. Well, those ones are starting to close off, and other ones are opening up, so that we can be bringing in that sphere of influence in that way, right? So more self-acceptance, increased creativity, more deep level of healing and regeneration of the body. That's what our body can do when we're operating in a sphere of influence that's greater than our comfort zone and our programs, because no longer are our programs saying, that's not possible, you crazy fool. No, our theta mind, our source mind, is never going to say something like that. It's going to say, wow, that's a great, wonderful idea. Let me give that to you right now. Thank you for asking. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. No matter what, here you go. Right? Because we're always manifesting, right? Just, I guess sometimes we're manifesting things that we don't want, right? Because we're true, amazing masters at manifesting. We all are, every single one of us. So remembering that, and remembering that we can manifest from this greater sphere of influence where we don't have objections coming up. We have the ability to be in the flow of creation. Paint it, right? Be in the art, right? So that's super exciting to remember, because as we're stepping into our mechanics, we have our beautiful practice of the one command. And the statement broken down is, I don't know how. And actually, let me get this up here, because I think, yep. So the statement broken down is, I don't know how. And then we state what you do want. So stating your command to your multi-conscious. And from there, the rest of it is, and I only know it is so now. Thank you, and I am fulfilled. Or I like to put in, I am gratefully fulfilled, right? So grateful for this ability to have this initialize, right? So I'm just going to break it down and talk about the beginning of the I don't know how. And excuse me. Okay. So in the mechanics of the theta state, it's really our mind, body, spirit connection. And we are actually bringing in in doing this statement and in going to theta, using this statement, we can lock in change and shape our reality with support, rather than in our beta mind where we're saying, I want to do this, and then we have an unsupported response, whether it be mentally, emotionally, or physically. Maybe we feel some pain in our body and it interrupts us, and we're not able to really truly be in our goodness because we're distracted by the pain. So we're out of that. We're in our theta mind. We're connected to source, right? And so just a little tidbit I want to drop on you. Einstein actually received the information of E equals mc squared while in theta. Boom. Like, what a mind blow is that? Something like that, where a brilliant mind received information about relativity while in this expanded state of consciousness. Wow. So what can we receive, right? What can we be in receiving of if we're open to operating from that state consciously and bringing in information often, all the time, right? Meeting those negative thoughts in a moment. I don't know how. I am in a state of excellence now. I only know it is so now. Thank you, and I'm so gratefully fulfilled. Expand, unwind, rewind, all that stuff. We're masters at that. We're constantly doing that. So this is the break to be able to bring that into us in a really very simple way. So when we're connecting to our source mind in theta, we're establishing new neural net pathways. So that's what I was talking about earlier, where our neural net pathways are out there, looking for the energy and emotion. So when we're starting to operate in these new neural net pathways, or when we're starting to operate at a different frequency, that's when those new neural net pathways can start to expand out and be created, because then they're opening, and then those are like looking for that, oh, I want to be in this theta. I want to be in this good creation, this support. and they're looking for that. And so then that's the loop that we start to get into. Oh, I just need to go back up to theta and command for that. Great. So that's why we are doing the combination of this command and going to theta. Because doing the command while we're just down in our bodies, we're probably going to get some opposition. So we're moving that opposition. We're not even giving that opposition a chance, and we're moving into being able to state this command in theta and getting our brain addicted to that. Getting addicted to that good hit. Wanting to get to that good, whoa, it showed up. Oh my God, I wrote it down and it showed up just how I wrote it down. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, and then our ego gets out of the way. Our ego goes, oh, I guess you're good. You're getting all the things, right? So I guess I can just kind of step aside for a moment. Cool. And then our ego is not going to have this like argument with us, right? So that's something that we really need to, be in the emotions of having this simple statement able to stop our negative thinking in its tracks, right? So I don't know how. It creates a pause. Why is a pause important? I'll tell you. So that your thinking mind can go shh, and there's space. So that your thinking mind isn't even trying to oppose you. It's a surrender, right? So that's why it's kind of formulated that like this. And then I only know it is so now. We say it that way because our subconscious, our multi-conscious only operates in the now. It's only listening for things in the now. It doesn't hear, I want to do that tomorrow. It hears, I want to do that. So then it shows up. It doesn't necessarily show up when you wanted it because we're talking about in the now, right? So, and I am fulfilled. That is like, that's the ending piece, so that we're not trying to, so that something doesn't come in and you're not fulfilled. Something doesn't come in and, somebody has to pass away for you to get something. We want it to be in full fulfillment, total goodness. And so that you're in the operation and trusting and knowing that everything that's going to happen, that's going to bring that into you, is going to be for the greater good of you and all of the planet, all of reality, right? So that's the kind of one command mechanics, and how we're able to operate at our greater capacity and enhance our amazing abilities by trusting this amazing process. So I wanted to kind of get into, and we're running a little long on time. I was a little long-winded on some other things, but I want to just talk real quick about point moments, because this is where our programming really starts to, this is where our programs were programmed, right? Enter. That's where those are those point moments, like those key commands. Enter. Always do this during this situation. Point moment, right? So like, what did my mom teach me about how to show up in life? What did my dad teach me? What did society teach you? What did school teach you? What did your friends teach you? What are those things that you seem to have to learn 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times to really get the lesson? Those are your programs showing up and saying, hi, remember you told me that this is what we were supposed to do to stay safe? Well, that's okay. Sometimes we can thank those. We can acknowledge what those were, what those point moments were, and say, I don't know how. I trust my power within. I only know it is so now, and I'm so abundantly gratefully fulfilled, and be in that, right? And that's how we can start to, start to understand our point moments. I don't know how I am able to break through my point moments and bring in more goodness to my reality now. I only know it is so now. Thank you, and I'm so gratefully fulfilled. So that's what I wanted to start to talk about a little bit, and we're going to skip ahead because I want to get to outcome thinking before we do our wonderful meditation. And what I want you to think about is, what are those point moments for you? What have you been trained to think and do? We've all been trained. Since the time of 0 to 7, we were trained. There were so many things that were being in us through our environment that trained us, how we are feeling like we're safe or not, or how we're feeling like we're loved or not, or how we're the comparison between safe and love. Do we have to be safe and can we be safe and loved, or is it one or the other, right? So these are the programs that might be operating inside of you, and starting to know how we can break those programs down and say thank you. That was the way I was supposed to be safe back then. Now that I'm at this point in my life, this point in my engagement with the universe, this is how I want to operate, and just being able to switch those in a moment. But we have to understand what those point moments were that ingrained onto us that program, so that we can go back on there and go, thank you, I'm going to clean that up now, bye, it's done, it's done, thank you, it is so, it is done. So that's just a little bit of what I want to talk about with that. And really, for me to dive more into that, that's more of a one-on-one session, and you're more than welcome to book a one-on-one discovery session with me. I do half an hour sessions, and then I actually do 60-minute sessions, but for the discovery sessions a little shorter, to make sure that we're the right match for each other. And I'll put a link up at the end of this, so that you can be able to take a look at that, and take a look at your calendar, take a look at my calendar, and be able to find a place that will work best for you. Because that's really what I do as a excellence guidance coach, where I'm helping you understand what is operating you, so that you can then heal that and then be able to move forward in great success in your life, because you're able to use this wonderful practice to help yourself move forward. And then as things come up, because, you know, it's a constant marathon, our lives, we're never just going to arrive and be, boom, okay, boom, I'm done. No, it's a constant journey, right? So as you heal some things, something else is going to come up that was maybe way down below, that wasn't even able for you to see. So things can come up, and you can meet it in the moment and be able to heal it in the moment. So that's what I wanted to just drop a little seed on you for, where I'm able to help with that, being able to be in success and support. So look for that link if that's something that interests you. But for now, I want to move on to a bit of our outcome thinking, because we've talked about our living our life as art, and remembering that we can always be in faith and trust. So as we're moving forward, what is the evidence? What do we want? Right? That's what this practice is all about. It's being able to reframe our thinking into what we want. Because, as I said before, we are master creators of what we don't want. It shows up all the time, right? We think, oh, I hope this doesn't happen. But what our subconscious hears is, this happens. I hope this happens. Because it doesn't hear do or do not, or does not want to happen. It hears, I hope this happens. So it shows up. And we're surprised, right? So that's what I want us to be focused on, is our outcome thinking. What is the evidence that we want to see on the other side of this beautiful, this beautiful practice? I don't know how, stating your command, what is your command? I only know it is so now, thinking and fulfilled. But what's the evidence on the other side that we're going to be looking for, that we know that it's showing up? It's beginning to be present in our life. Because it's the law of attraction. It's the law of attraction, y'all. It's like, how can I be in that flow of how can I be in the flow of bringing that goodness into my life? You know, what are the questions that we're asking ourselves? Because those questions are gonna be answered. And will the answer be something that we're looking for, or is the answer going to be something that we don't want, because we're asking the wrong questions? We're asking the questions that are bringing an answer back that's unsupportive. So what's the outcome? You know, let the questions always be in your greater good for your journey. You know, play the what if game of, like, get in the energy of what if you just won the lottery? Woo! Right? And then what if, boom, $10,000 you could do this with, and then $10,000 you could do this with. Get in that energy of like, you are limitless. You don't have limits. You can just boo, 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 boo. Make it rain, money, contribution, helping your schools, helping your different businesses. You're just in that zone of like, yes, 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 yes. Get into that outcome. Believe that that kind of outcome is going to be coming to you, and magic will happen every time. Why? Because it's the energy we put into our outcome that we're looking for. When we write down things on our pad, when we write these down, this is powerful. This is how things can be coming into our reality, because we have done the thing of, I'm going to believe enough to write it down and call it into my reality, right? What's the positive outcome you want? That's the question you can be asking. Have moving towards language instead of problem language. How is this outcome self-maintained? For example, is it in your personal control, or is it partnering with someone else? So you need to be commanding for peaceful collaboration in this outcome, right? And then another question is, what is the context do you want this outcome to come in as? Where do you see it, hear it, feel it? How does this outcome show up as an outside observer? How would an outside observer see this evidence showing up in your life? Wow. When do we ever put ourselves in that shoe of another person seeing it show up in our life, right? So that's like something that I want us to start to think about while we're formulating our commands. What are the likely effects on others with this outcome? That's the focus that we can have. I only know it is so now because I'm seeing this outcome on others happen. This is the goodness that I'm bringing into the life of others. What stops you from achieving the outcome? What's the real problem or issue? Again, back to the point moment. What's our programming that's holding us back? Something that, it's only ever ourselves holding us back, right? What's the reward of the achievement of the outcome? How is that? What is the reward? What is the outcome representative of who you are and who you want to be? Is it worth what it takes to get it? What are the resources you need to both physically and mentally prepare? And most important, what are the action steps you can commit to, right? Even if it's a baby step. What is that first step forward? And then the next step forward, and focus on those right, left, right, left. So that's what I want us to think about as we're formulating these commands. Always have outcome thinking on the bottom of that. Always bring in your outcome thinking so that we can be really having that evidence show up. So we're not just like, okay, this is my command, cool, great, I'm letting it go, and I'm initializing it and I'm rewinding it into my body, and then I'm not really thinking about it again. But that's not really the right energy. We need to be thinking about the evidence that we want to show up, so that then we're having that question be asked constantly of like, oh, when is this going to show up? Well, faster and faster, because we continue to have focus on it, right? So that's what I am talking about outcome thinking. So I hope you enjoyed our training today. I was flying through some really cool stuff, and we're a little over time, but we're going to jump into a meditation because that's the fun. I like to be able to play with you guys, to be able to bring in your manifestations. And then please go ahead and drop in the comments anything that has really helped you shift today, and anything that is coming through to you as a command that can help you shift. So we're going to go into a 6-step process of grounding, aligning our good, going to our theta brainwave while we're conscious. And we're actually going to roll our eyes up and imagine that we're like rolling our eyes back and trying to see our tailbone, but then we're going to move our consciousness up out of our brain and out. And that's how we're going to get there, going on this guided meditation, so that basically our beta mind and alpha mind are like on break. And we're giving that break by this guided meditation. Then all of a sudden, boom, we've dropped our brainwave. We're connected to our source mind. And then we can state our command. Excuse me. Getting all excited. Excuse me. And then we can state our command. We can be in our sphere of amazing wonderment, of luminosity, of all it is, all that is, our pure potentiality, our all of our possibilities, stating our command there. And then expanding into an idea even greater. That's something I haven't even touched on today, but that's basically having ourselves be able to let go even more and be open to an even more expanse of our power. And then once we are expanding, we're going to be receiving that with gratitude, not just leaving that out there in the ethers, but being able to receive our manifestation and actually zooming into our DNA and letting go of those programs that aren't serving us, while we're bringing in this beautiful, beautiful new manifestation and rewinding our DNA with that manifestation, and then regrounding into that new state of being, so that we can be walking in this new God self, this new beautiful body. So hang on for just a minute while I get some music going, and then we'll go for a ride. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Here we go. This is what I want. We're going to turn this little guy on. All right. Check. Right. Check, check. Okay, here we go. Just want to make sure I had a nice balance there for you guys. Okay, so please go ahead and close your eyes. And if you're driving, hearing this, go ahead and just do this process later, and just focus on your command while we're doing this process. So go ahead and close your eyes and start to feel your breath on your body. Really be able to feel your lungs expanding and contracting. And as you're breathing, go ahead and start to feel your hands on your body. Maybe your hands are on your legs and your feet are flat on the ground. Just start to move your consciousness down into down out your feet, and moving your consciousness out of your feet. Imagine roots coming out the bottom of your feet and going down deep into the ground, wrapping these roots around these amazing earth stones and rubies and sapphires and amethysts, and really being able to feel the love and support of Mother Earth. Being able to feel the pulsation of Mother Earth. Feeling that pure goodness of her alignment to your good. And start to align to her good as you're drawing up that loving Earth energy, aligning to your good of your security in your activities, your greatness and being enriched. You're implementing ideas and having them accepted. Oh, really being in that and starting to draw that up your legs, draw that up into your body, and wrapping that around your head to get this amazing love wrapping around you. And just come back and into your heart center and just start to really go over all of your blessings and truly send those amazing beings a blessing through a breath. And let's go ahead and take in a breath. Expand out 360 degrees around you, that beautiful love and all the blessings of everything that's good in your life and peaceful and happy and working and people and beings and experiences, all those blessings, just expanding out that love. One more breath. Expand out 360 degrees around you. Ooh, yes. And now start to, as we're aligned in this amazing good, this wonderful, true, loving spirit, start to now move your consciousness up and out through your head. This is where we're going to roll our eyes up and be able to have our rapid eye movement happening, so we're dropping our brainwave with theta even easier as we're doing this physical movement. We're going to roll our eyes up and actually expand your consciousness out of your third eye and your crown chakra at the same time, and move through this golden beam of light that's coming out the top of your head, following that beam of light out through the ceiling, with your eyes rolled up, out through the ceiling, out through the house, out through the clouds, and just come back and turn around and look down, peer back down onto this amazing blue planet, and just be able to be in the amazing wonderment of the amazing diversity and pure amazing love of this planet. The diversity of all of its beings, the diversity of all the cultures and different ways of life that are creating life. Just acknowledge that. Thank you, thank you. And now follow that beam of light up into our solar system. We're going to follow that beam of light. We're going to passing by our beautiful planets, coming to the edge of the Milky Way, breaking through into the millions and trillions of galaxies all around the solar system. We're flying through at warp 7 now, and we're flying through very quickly, all surrounded by all these amazing spiritual beings. And pretty soon we come to this black void of space. It just wraps around us like this warm blanket of support and holds us. And as we're in this warm blanket of black void, we all of a sudden start to see this white coming through, this white light coming through like it's a curtain, like we can pull back this curtain and punch into this white luminosity of all that is. This is our amazing spiritual connection to our source mind. Thank you for being so amazing. This is our place where this is the multi-conscious. This is the you within you that you can command and make it so. So now we're going to state our commands. I don't know how. And go ahead and state your command that you are wanting to bring into reality. I only know it is so now. Thank you, and I am so gratefully fulfilled. And I'm going to stack some commands for you today. I don't know how. I am secure in my everyday activities of forward movement. I only know that I am so now. Thank you, and I am so gratefully fulfilled. I don't know how. Greatness is in me to be rich and welcomed in the world. I only know it is so now. Thank you, and I am so gratefully fulfilled. I don't know how. It is in me to have an idea and act on it and have it work out in my favor for the greater good. I only know it is so now. Thank you, and I am so gratefully fulfilled. And now expand out. We're going to expand out into an idea even greater than that idea, or these wonderful manifestations, or even than yourself. Expand into an idea even greater than yourself. Maybe you hear sounds, see pictures, feel textures, feel feelings, emotions. Let it just be in expanse. Be open to these this amazing expanse of the galaxy, answering questions that you didn't even know you had. Expand. And I don't know how, I am opening new receptor sites to cash, riches, prosperity, good. I only know I do so now, thank you, and I am so abundantly fulfilled. And I don't know how, I am open to a new level of being money rich and noble. I only know I do so now, thank you, and I am so gratefully fulfilled. I don't know how I am safe in my new way in the world. I only know I am safe now, thank you, and I am so gratefully fulfilled. Woo! And now expand out, expand into an idea even greater than yourself, even greater than that. Expand. I don't know how, I am the change. I only know I am so now. Thank you, and I'm so grateful and fulfilled. I don't know how I find the gift in every situation. I only know that I do now, and I am so peacefully fulfilled. I don't know how the right solution arrives now. I only know it does so now, and I am abundantly fulfilled. Expand out to an idea even greater than that, to be able to fulfill the fulfillment of greater good and wonderment of your success and greater good to the world. Expand. And now expand, expand. And when you feel like you're reached your state of expanse, go ahead and pull that all in. Pull that into your spirit being, your chest of your spirit being, and turn around, and that golden beam of light is back below you, and just follow that beam of light back down. Relax your eyes and follow that beam of light back down into the void of space, back down into the millions and trillions of galaxies, flying through all the trillions of galaxies now. And we're punching through the Milky Way. Shoop, there goes Jupiter, flying up, back down the beam of light, flying up to the Earth, back down the beam of light, back down into the clouds, back down into your house, back down into the room, back down into your body. Whew. And we're receiving with gratitude. Yes, yes, yes. It is so. It is so. And we're going to zoom in to our DNA, and we're going to zoom in and start to unwind. We're ask our DNA to unwind and let go of anything that's not serving this new manifestation coming in, this new state of being, this new holographic image of our way of life, our new God self way of life coming in. We're going to unwind that I'm not enough, unwind that there is no way, unwind that I'm not safe, unwind that it's too hard, unwind that change is so tough, unwind I can never have our original idea, unwind that my day is always filled with overwhelm. Unwind, unwind, unwind. Unwind any of those unsupportive programs and thank them. They have been supporting us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're going to just let that sink back down to the earth. Mother Earth knows exactly what to do with these energies. She can recycle them. That's what she can do. Energy never begins or ends. It is. And Mother Earth knows what to do to recycle this energy. So just unwind this energy, these threads of unsupport, unwind unsupportiveness, and let it go back down to the earth, just back down to the earth. And now we're going to rewind with this new manifestation, this new holographic image, these new manifestations of I am secure, I am my greatness, I am an idea that is working out. I am implementing ideas and they are accepted everywhere. I only know it is so now. rewind, and seeing those holes be filled by our new manifestation, imagining our DNA rewrapping with this new golden glow of this manifestation, our God self. Rewind, I am safe. Rewind, I have faith that my good is in me now. Rewind, I am open to new levels of being rich. Rewind, my new receptor sites. Rewind, rewind, rewind. Woo! Woo! Rewind, yes, yes. Woo! And now we're going to ground in this new state of being. We're going to move our consciousness back down our roots and actually having new roots come down to the ground so that we're re-rooted. Imagining standing on a beach of rocks and then grinding into those rocks down into the crust of the earth, down, 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 wrapping around the rubies and emeralds and the amethysts and gold and platinum and uranium, and wrapping around these beautiful minerals and feeling that pulsation of Mother Earth, her support of your alignment to your new good, your alignment to your amazing way of being, your alignment to your true way of life. And bring that new loving earth energy back up those roots, back up into your body, back up into your back up into your legs, back up into your heart, back around your head, and just center back up onto your heart. Yes. How amazing can that feel to operate from that level? Yes? I love it. And when you're ready, come back into the room, open your eyes. You'll see some balloons on the screen for you to see the beautiful colors, the blue, red, purple, yellow, green, orange. Start to look around, start to see some of your environment. Maybe move your body, move your new God self body, be able to be that shift. Woo! Celebrate yellow. Woo! Yes. Right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you so much for joining me today on this amazing journey that we're on. And this has been a wonderful time to play. This has been a wonderful time to be in the shift of everything that we can be doing. And really just being in our amazing wonderment for what's next. So thank you for coming and figuring out what's next for you. And so as we move forward, the 7th step is action. And so be ready for inspired action to show up. An idea, an inspiration, an opportunity. Go for it. Because that's the universe showing up for you, saying you can do this because you just asked for it. Here, this is the equalization of you asking for this. So don't be scared. Even if you feel that moment of fear, remember what fear feels like on the other side. It feels amazing, right? It feels like, woo, I did it, right? So remember that. If you're a little fearful, that's okay, because that's your comfort zone trying to keep you safe from breaking through. So you can celebrate that moment of fear because you're ready to move forward. Woo-hoo-hoo, right? So I celebrate your moments of I'm breaking through. I'm celebrating those moments of realization of your transformation. Yes. So thank you so much. And I just want to share this part with you so you can do this with each other. With the circle, we usually go around the circle for a moment and do a little affirmation of seeing and accepting and basically supporting each other in your manifestation. So it goes a little something like this. I would say your name. So you on the replay, you on the live stream. I absolutely know and witness your command being activated in you now. And I'm looking at you left eye to left eye, right in your eye. You, I see you. I see you walking in your new manifestation now. I see you walking in your joy. I see you walking in your amazement for life. I see you walking in your ability for helping this amazing community around you. And you are blessed. So thank you so much for joining with me today. And post your commands in the group, either here on Lifetime Quantum Wellness page or on the One Command Money Mindset Mastery Facebook group. Or if you're here on Periscope or YouTube, please go ahead and post your command that you're working on, maybe you brought to the table, or that I said today that really helped you. Because as you share, it helps other people shift. Because as I said, a beautiful mentor said to me, where energy goes, energy grows. So let's be in the expanse and let's help foster that expanse to happen. Okay? So I thank you so much for you joining with me today. My name is Alex Wren from Lifetime Quantum Wellness, and I'm so excited to hear your shifts that can be happening with you today. So I just wanted to do a quick, just a very quick recap to what we had talked about today. And so always be in your ability to grow, because as we're living in our possibilities and we're living in our overflow, then that's what we can truly be in the wonderment of. As we're living from our overflow, we can truly begin to understand how to best be in that. So I welcome that in you, to be able to be in your overflow. And when you're in your point moments, when you're figuring out what those are, use the one command. That's what it's there for. It's there to help us to continue to be in our good, so that we can be in our expanse of what can be possible. And always remember that this is a practice. And as we practice it, we can get better and better at letting go of our negative thinking and using it in a moment. And always focus on your outcome. Always have in your outcome of what's the evidence that I want to see on the other side, right? Because when we're in the evidence of what we want to see on the other side, then we can be we can move ourselves out of, I hope, and more into the ability of, I know, I'm trusting. It is so. You're having faith and trusting without the evidence showing up, but you're focused on the evidence that you want to show up. And that's how we can be in our expanse. So thank you so much for coming and being with us today. I'm so excited for next week. We will have another circle next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. So I hope you learned something from about yourself today. And so please drop a comment in the comments what worked for you. And I hope to see you next time. And there will be a replay of this. So please look for that if that's what you're looking to send someone towards. This is very powerful stuff that we can all learn. And as we expand into doing this, having an accountability partner really helps, because then we can bounce ideas off of each other and really help each other through that moment of, this is really hard for me right now. this is super emotional and I need a little bit of backup. So, go grab a partner when you're working on the kind of tough point moments, right? So I'm so excited for you to be coming here. Thank you so much for joining us this week. It's been a wonderful, wonderful circle. I always look forward to these every week. I am always looking for how we can be in our prosperity, because prosperity is our birthright. Seriously, guys. So let's always be looking to be how we can be in that. So come back and join us next week. We're here every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please come and join us. And if you would like to come into the circle, there is a way to do that. Go ahead and access that through our our One Command Money Mind Mastery Facebook group, or here on Lifetime Quantum Wellness. There is a link there. So this is Alex Wren signing off. And remember to always be in the energies of gratitude, love, and joy. Take care until we meet again.